Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed Harley's 2022 model year reveal video that they posted last Wednesday. As promised, I was watching right along with you. And there's a lot to unpack from that, from the King of the Backers to the upcoming Ride Challenge and the 120th anniversary celebrations that they're already planning for next year. Did you catch all the hints that they dropped? What do you think that they might mean? Let's go through it together and see what we can see. I'll give you my insights as to what I think the MoCo might be up to, and you can tell me what you think in the comments down below. If you're new here, my name is Dawn, aka Irish Bob's sister, and I've been working at Harley-Davidson dealerships for almost 15 years now. I started off as a cashier, then I took the Rider's Edge class when I was working at Harley-Davidson of Atlanta. Hey Atlanta, how are ya? Before becoming a Motorclothes general merchandise manager and then on to the marketing manager here at FX Caprara Harley-Davidson. Like the commercial says, I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. So if you want to know more about Harley-Davidson, what it's like to work at a dealership, or just more about motorcycling in general, then stay tuned and hang on. In the reveal video, Harley started off with almost 2 minutes of tugging at your heartstrings. Dawn of a new day. Freedom found on the open road. Bonds forged from steel. In the journey, we come alive. And united we ride. Then Yoke and Zeitz took us through a recap of 2021, including the King of the Baggers. They basically took these big baggers and stripped them down, then built them back up into these massive asphalt-eating beasts. At a little over 10 minutes in, and we're introduced to the Street Glide and Road Glide ST. After seeing the success with the King of the Baggers, I wasn't surprised to see a street version of these bikes coming from the factory. Obviously not the first time either. Ever since Harley started racing, the modifications you see on the track have a way of trickling down to the street bikes. And this goes all the way back to 1914. More recently, you might remember the V-Rod. That was another bike that was born on the track. Growing up for me in the San Francisco Bay Area with the hills of the city, the Sierra Nevada foothills, and the Santa Cruz Mountains, these bikes, these ST bikes really speak to me. They really stand out as performers. Don't get me wrong, those long stretched out choppers from Southern California are beautiful works of art. That being said, once you get into the hills and the valleys, you need a shorter bike with a higher ground clearance and greater lean angles, just like these ST bikes. Next up, we're introduced to this year's CVOs bikes. That stands for Custom Vehicle Operations, and they mean custom. All the extra bells and whistles, heated grips, heated seats, they come with their own custom cover, factory custom paint unlike any other, and more. I've often heard customers criticize the high price of these CVOs. So let's break this down a little bit. Say you get a Road Glide, two-tone paint with RDRS. You're going to spend money on a Stage 1 kit, handlebars, maybe upgrade the speakers, sound system, add heated grips, change up the floorboards. Then later on, possibly go up to a Stage 2 kit or even 3. Maybe add in some decorative lighting. And right, you're not doing this all at once, obviously. But still, add up that price tag. Be sure to include the labor and the time it took to get your bike from there to here. And it's going to be right around that price tag of the CVO, if not a little bit more. With all the work that's been done to the CVO already, you can see why that, yes, they are priced more, but that's because they are worth more. After that, we are finally introduced to the Lowrider ST. In my video on January 11th, in the comments I asked, if we had a time machine and you could go back and buy any Harley you wanted, what would the bike be and why? And my choice was the 1983 FXRT Sport Glide. It was the first shift away from what was then the traditional Harley motorcycle, and it challenged the status quo. That bike is the roots of the Lowrider ST, which isn't a bad lineage to come from. On to a quick look at Motorclothes, and you might be thinking that clothing and motorcycles have nothing to do with each other, except when it comes to riding gear. Well, I'd say that's where it all starts with a lot of people. It all starts with the clothes. When I first came into a Harley-Davidson dealership, it was to buy a shirt for a friend back home. At the time, they were having the spring gift with purchase program, and my husband really wanted that saddlebag picnic kit. Remember that? So he asked me to help. Challenge accepted. I ended up buying a casual Harley-Davidson jacket that I loved for many years before I grew out of it. And it kept me coming back for more. Plus, they do make really good riding gear. Next, Harley has their plans for 2022 all planned out already, as well as already planning the 120th anniversary celebration that will be taking place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 2023. Bill Davidson talks about an upcoming ride challenge, so I'll have more about that in the weeks to come. CEO Jochen Zeitz and VP of Design Brad Richards close out the reveal video with a promise of more to come. What could that be? We already know that there will be another bike in the Icons collection. Will it be a Springer? Hopefully, possibly. I would love to see that happen. What do you think? And will there be a new bike to go into the sport segment to go along with the Sportster S? Time will tell, and I will bring you that information as soon as I can. That means it's time for another shameless plug. Subscribe to my channel so you won't miss a thing, and click that bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content. While you're there, please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of Harley-Davidson's 2022 model year reveal. Until the next time, guys and gals, please stay safe, be kind to one another, ride when you can, and have fun.